Hello, and welcome to Just One More Podcast, the podcast where I, a generic white dude, will be your doorway to hear about people who are much more interesting than myself. Today I am speaking with one of my friends and YouTube streamer, VTuber, and arsonist rabbit, Punkalopi.
The arson has not been confirmed as there is no public record of it, so.
Allegedly, arsonist.
Much better. Thank you.
Allegedly. I'll make sure. I don't want those new money YouTube lawyers on me.
Yeah.
So, Lopi is a previously Twitch, now YouTube streamer who has recently skyrocketed in popularity. She is a VTuber, and what kind of content do you do?
I do a lot of just chatting content, but my main focus is short form videos. So I will write out jokes across my days and then pre-record batches of 10 or 15, minute long videos and get them edited and post one once a day, and people seem to like my jokes.
You get all those shorts out, get the shorts views.
Yeah, I keep my videos short to hide, I don't think I'm allowed to make phallic jokes in your podcast, so I'll just leave it implied.
I mean, it is for school, but
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. They said I can curse, and this might go public. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know. It's doing the thing. Get the grade. Be done with class. So, first question for you would be, why did you start streaming in the first place? What was your reason? I don't know.
I've always
Everyone's
loved.
got their own.
Yeah, I've always loved making content, and actually when I was 12 or 13 years old, I told my dad, hey, I want to be a YouTuber, and I wanted to play Minecraft and make Minecraft videos, so he bought me this shitty little pink laptop, and I have been wanting to entertain people for as long as I can remember. I was a theater kid, I was always the class clown, all of it, so streaming was just kind of the natural progression of those events since I didn't know how to edit YouTube videos.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's usually how it goes, Oh, I'm gonna be a YouTuber. Oh, I don't know how to edit. I'm gonna be a streamer.
Yeah, pretty much. Different skill set. One is much easier than the other.
Yeah, it's
different skills, different skill sets.
Exactly. One takes a bit more improv, a bit more working with other people. The other one's a lot more editing and a lot more, talking to yourself. So, I wouldn't say one's particularly easier, but, yeah, that sounds about right, and, based on what I know about you, that definitely sounds right. I can see Class Clown Lopi.
Oh, yeah, I could talk to myself for hours, so talking to other people just makes it easier.
Makes sense. Well, then why the decision on, or when, I guess, as well, the decision on being a VTuber? Obviously, when you were 12, VTubers didn't really exist. They weren't a thing.
Yeah. Not quite.
So, when and I guess why did you make that decision to be a VTuber? Privacy, just preference?
Actually, it was my voice. I had for a long time been making sort of commissioned meme recordings of voiceovers and videos for people just via Discord, and one day I was approached by a friend of mine who had met me through one of these meme videos, and he said, hey, have you ever heard of VTubers? And I was like, no. So he sent me a couple clips of HoloLive talent Gura just playing games that I played and talking, and he was like, I think you'd be really good at it since you want to be a content creator. And I was like, okay, awesome, because I had been really nervous about having my voice and a human face, because often women on the internet are accused of faking their voices for attention. So it just seemed like a safer route to use my natural voice and not worry about that sort of thing.
Makes sense. I know that that's generally a good reason. A lot of people use either anonymity, safety, stuff like that. That's great though. Just, what's a VTuber? Okay, I'm gonna be that now. That's me.
Yeah. Basically, the week after I saw those clips and after I got a better description of how VTubing worked, I started researching it, designing my character. I already had my name, or at the time it was Punkalopian, because that was my Minecraft username, and it was what I named everything after. So from there, it just kind of evolved, and I kept investing more and more time into it until I'm here.
I swear, that's like the classic story of Where's your name from? Oh, it was my Minecraft username.
Well,
That's just...
I took I was making my Minecraft username and didn't know what to do, so I had pumpkins and cantaloupes, so I smashed those together and got punkalope, but didn't like how it sounded, so I was like, oh, someone who is of the punkalope, a punkalopian, and just went from there.
That is an interesting way to get to where you've ended up. From pumpkin cantaloupe to Lopi.
Yeah.
The punka is usually removed.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Fair enough. Kids, one of the most interesting questions to ask some people is just, where did your name come from? Because it's just the most ridiculous reasons people have for them.
Yeah, a friend of mine, his name is Bunburks, and
yes,
it's I can't remember what it was. Whatever Bunburks is backwards. He just thought it sounded funny. I think it's Scrubnub. He just thought Scrubnub backwards was funny. And became Bunburks. And it's like such a unique name that is just such a weird origin.
And then it worked out because, he's friends with a bunny VTuber.
It's true.
Very well.
I am the end goal of most people's lives, like just being friends with me. Oh,
I'm sure.
At this point,
but obviously, after skyrocketing to 216,000, I can expect that that would become a lot of people's goals.
I get a lot of Twitter DMs of like, hey, do you want to be friends? Hey, I'm here for emotional support if you ever need anything. Hey, I love your content. I'd really love to learn how you did it and be your friend. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
You ever talked to before? Hello.
Be
friend.
I have someone on Discord who's DMing me a motivational quote every day in hope of gaining my friendship.
You know what? I respect it. I love those DMing someone every day until they respond just because of how ridiculous it is.
Yep.
It's okay. One day. Just like in a year, respond with your own motivational quote.
I think one day I'm just going to talk about them on stream as if they are a really good friend of mine and still never DM them back.
You know what? They're going to save that clip and keep it and use it for the rest of their life.
I think it would be funny.
It would be. I'll keep an eye out. But speaking of that, you have definitely recently skyrocketed. Less than a month ago, you had 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you weren't that actively making content at the time. You had previously, been the Twitch streamer, and then you kind of weren't on there very much. But then out of nowhere, in the past month, have skyrocketed to 216,000 subscribers from 3 in less than a month. Earned a play button, got partnered, monetized, everything all together, and are now a full-fledged YouTube streamer. So how's that going to the moon in a few days feel?
It's shocking. I kept on expecting to wake up and just it was all a dream, or wake up and just get a DM from Google and being like, ha, pranked you, bro, or something like that. It doesn't feel real even now. It's been, like you said, about a month, and actually the majority of that, going from 3,000 to 100,000 subscribers was within 5 days. So over the course of 5 days, my hobby that I was really passionate about suddenly had the potential to be a full-time job. And that was terrifying.
I mean, yeah, I can assume that you had to immediately kick the content gears back into overdrive.
Not quite, actually. You had mentioned I did a bit of a hiatus. That was because I was already in the process of fully transitioning to YouTube. 3 months before the blow up, I had stopped streaming on my Twitch channel and commissioned full overlays, new background music, some updated things for my channel, and was just kind of waiting on those things to be done so that I could go live on YouTube and officially transition. But the blow up sped up the process a bit, but it didn't really force me into anything I wasn't planning on doing already.
That, makes sense. It actually answers a question that I cut. I was going to ask if you swapped just because of the popularity, if you had other reasons. then that works out very well. You know, it's like, all right, yeah, the stuff's almost done. Then you have to message the artist, just be like, could I like get a rush order?
Yeah, I actually two of the art pieces that I've ordered to use on my YouTube to like celebrate the popularity have been commissioned and completed within 6 hours of commission.
Oh my god.
Because I've been like, hey, I will pay you whatever it takes. I need this by tonight. The artist I'm working with, my like number one meme artist, she's a champ. She's a trooper, that's for sure.
Of course. The number is slow for no one. So I'm actually curious. I didn't write this one down. Was there a specific short that you posted that kind of really made it go off, or did it just kind of happen randomly?
It was two.
Like, do you
specifics.
have any? Okay.
Yeah, two of them. It was kind of a two-parter. The first one was edited by myself, just a meme about how a lot of VTubers have very, very revealing models or models that emphasize like their chest. So I was joking about how my model has a covered like dress little thingy that hangs over where my chest would be. So I called them Schrodinger's boobs because they'll never know the size, and until it's confirmed, it could be anything. And that was really popular on TikTok. I decided, okay, I'll repost it, edit it a bit, put it up on YouTube. That landed on my YouTube channel and did nothing for about a month. I received a comment on the TikTok version that was, oh, wait until she hits the wrong button and suddenly it'll be revealed. So when I got that comment, I went to the person who rigged my model and said, hey, could you make a button to make my entire body disappear? And once I had that ready, I posted a video saying, yep, this guy's right. If I hit a button, my dress goes away. Let me be clear with you all. Pressed it. And that was the punchline. The punchline was that I was clear with them. So those two blew up, both hitting about 4 million views on my channel.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was specific ones, because a lot of times, you know, you can't pinpoint it, but I was curious if there was, you know, something that you could just like point to and be like, oh, that happened.
Yeah, those two kind of led the charge, with a couple of the more recent ones I made following up quickly, getting a couple million views themselves as well. But those two definitely started it.
So random TikTok commenter is entirely responsible then.
Oh yes, entirely.
It's all that guy's fault.
I actually owe him my channel if he should ever contact me.
Yeah, when they DM and they're like, hello, I would like your channel. It is mine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course. It'll happen. People are crazy. But has the skyrocketed other than, you know, hi, I need art in the next now. Other than that, has it affected your approach to streaming at all? Like how you kind of do it?
Oh, absolutely. Being a streamer who originally I had about an average of 30 to 40 viewers in my Twitch streams, I was very, very focused on even losing one or two of those viewers, because that was a visible, dramatic change in the viewership. I'm now a lot more laid back and comfortable being myself on streams, because if I lose one or two viewers, I have 1,300 other people there watching me. So it's a lot more confidence instilling, I guess, to know that even at my absolute worst, I'm still going to have a stadium's worth of people here enjoying what I make. So yeah, I'm a lot more relaxed, and I'm having a lot more fun with streaming. It's not as stressful anymore.
No, that makes sense. I know a lot of people just kind of turn the numbers off, even smaller streamers, just because they cause so much stress a lot of the time.
I was never able to do that, because when I ever had the numbers turned off, my thoughts would actually get the better of me, and I would just assume that I was talking to nobody, so I needed to keep the numbers on to motivate myself to keep talking.
Alright. Well then, yeah, I would get how, you know, skyrocketing, having 1,000 viewers instead of 30, you know, one or
changes
two people
things.
leaving definitely won't break the headspace that much. Well, now that you're doing YouTube full time, seemingly, and you know, you kind of dropped Twitch, what have you noticed any significant differences? Anything that you prefer one over the other? I know that a lot of the streaming discussion right now is obviously about Twitch or YouTube, especially now that Twitch has allowed partners and affiliates to stream on whatever platform they see fit, even if they are a Twitch partner. So this has been just kind of a huge debate recently. I was curious to hear where you'd weigh in on that.
I actually, when the fighting really started, I saw a lot of it on Twitter. I made a bit of a post about my planned transition to YouTube and started off with YouTube is not a good platform. YouTube has rampant issues with copyright. YouTube has horrible moderation. YouTube is very often showing a lot of biases against people. It's not a good platform, but it is leagues ahead of Twitch because YouTube offers actual discoverability. YouTube offers monetization on VODs more than a couple of cents a month. YouTube offers like an in-house currency that isn't awful. Although Twitch is getting rid of bits now, I guess. YouTube is just... For the creator, YouTube is fantastic. For the viewer, I'd say it's probably about the same. For moderators, they all hate YouTube and they keep complaining to me, and I don't know how to make it better. But, I mean, who cares about mods anyways, right?
All right, glad I didn't get a mod transfer over then.
Hey, do you want to be mod on my channel, by the way? Like, are you...
I don't know. Some concerns there. I'm surprised, though, that you mentioned discoverability, because that's actually one of the major things I've heard complaints about. People talking about how, as streamers, unless you're making shorts or YouTube content, like video-specific content, a lot of people have been saying how it's very hard for streamers to get discovered and to find new streams. Like how on YouTube, on Twitch, you can just select a game, or you get suggested, or there's a lot of just, here's what you might like, or just click it, and here's what you can watch. But a lot of times if you go to like some of the YouTube streaming pages like gaming, you'll get like these loop for baby videos of weird Minecraft animations and stuff like that. It's a major complaint I've heard about the website.
Yeah, there are definitely issues with like bot accounts taking advantage of streaming and all of that on YouTube, but recently, as long as a stream is done well and with the fact that it is on YouTube in mind, it's still a viable and watchable and discoverable video after the stream is ended. YouTube generally is pushing out streams to live stream to subscribers and people who are already interested in that channel. So it's not likely you're going to get your stream discovered while it's happening, but the VOD even existing after the fact is getting pushed the same as another YouTube video would, or more so, because long form content is having such a good time on YouTube right now. Like long form content is flourishing. So it's really common that someone will stream something, and during the stream they'll have a really good objective, they'll have a good title, good thumbnail, and they'll just have concise, clear information and go through the stream. And that VOD will end up getting hundreds of thousands of views from people who have never seen the channel before because it's well done and it's made as a stream for YouTube. So if people come to YouTube streaming like it's Twitch and they've got a 4-hour VOD and the VOD is just titled Overwatch 2 Gaming smiley face, you're not going to get the same discoverability, but that's because you're not on the same platform. So you got to think about how the platform you're on changes what content you should be creating.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you're long, but not as long as Twitch, because on Twitch, you get 4, 5, 8-hour streams. I expect that wouldn't do as well on YouTube.
No, not at all. The YouTube peak, stream time, I'd say going over 3 hours is bad. I generally stream for about an hour and a half, but that's because I keep my streams so high energy that I myself I am exhausted after that hour and a half.
Makes sense, but I think, if that's definitely the case, there's a point where long form gets too long form for YouTube, especially if that's the case. So, no, that makes sense. It's definitely interesting to hear the perspective, because I haven't talked to many people who stream on YouTube, just because people streaming on YouTube at all is relatively new at this point, outside of some of the HoloLive streamers.
Yeah.
So pretty much everyone I know is Twitch. So when you started going on YouTube, I was like, okay, this will be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I got really lucky at the time my blow up happened because I had just spent the past 3 months researching the platform, how it worked, and exactly like I've been optimizing my content that entire time for YouTube.
That's like perfect. Honestly, that's just a major lucky break. One thing gets popular at the right time. You've already been preparing for the swap to YouTube. That works perfectly. Maybe a bit earlier than you were expecting, but you know, if it happened 3 months ago, you would have been in a lot more trouble.
Oh yeah, if it had happened 3 months ago, I think I would have been less knowledgeable about it. But even on Twitch, I was already doing 1.5 2 hour long streams. I just wasn't as confident. So it probably would have been a much more dramatic and probably mentally damaging transition, but
also going into it with all the research and planning involved means that you can keep that momentum going. I mean, when you hit 100,000, I figured like, okay, it's probably going to slow down soon. 3 days later, or 4 or 5 days later, at 200,000, and it's not slowing down.
Actually, it has slowed down quite a bit. There was a point where my channel was gaining about 40,000 subscribers per day. Now it's slowed down to about 5,000, which is still dramatic compared to YouTube channels that have been out there for a while, but it's not what it was at the beginning, which means that I've got a lot more time to work with things and actually celebrate the milestones that I'm hitting.
Yeah. You don't have to, you have to kind of rush through 100,000, 200,000.
Oh, yeah.
300,000. Before you know it, you're getting the 1 mil subscriber play button.
I don't think I'll hit 1 million. My current prediction with this is I think I'm going to keep at that steady like 5,000, maybe 4,000 subscribers a day growth and have a lot more time to prepare for 300,000. Because I don't expect 300,000 to come until like end of January, maybe
That's usually
February.
How it goes, and I'm definitely, makes sense. I'm also definitely glad to hear that you're not too, broken up about it. I know a lot of people see those major spikes and then right when they slow down they're like, oh, people don't like me anymore.
Oh no,
rather than seeing that, you know, it's just the reality of the platform.
Yeah, no, I'm celebrating every second of it. I'm still getting, I used to get 600 subscribers in a day. Now I'm getting 5,000. That's a lot.
Exactly.
I think
it doesn't seem like it's going to go back to 600 anytime soon.
Yeah, I think the interactions people have been having with me on other social medias has really helped anytime I would have that mental dip, because I could upload a short and YouTube tells me, hey, this is a 10 of 10. People aren't watching it as much as they should in this time period. It's a bad video. And I just think, no, it's just not a viral video. And then I go on Twitter and post about memes and get 3,000 likes. So I have other outlets should I want that attention.
There you go. Just to make sure you remember, okay, it's just platforms. It's just how it is.
Yeah, it's things like Throne, Twitter, my Discord, the massive amounts of fan art, gifts, donations.
I've seen.
The support is overwhelming, so I don't know how I ever could be.
Discord blown out of the water. I saw just fan art popping up left and right.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, there was one day where I made a lot of jokes about Red Bull all in the same day, and I think I have more fan art of my character drinking Red Bull than I do of my character just normally. So, sponsorship content maybe. I don't know.
I also noticed, and I didn't even look for this, it popped up on my feed one day. You already have a clipping channel.
I have 3, actually.
I saw one. I saw Rockalopi on my suggested feed, and I'm like, there's already a Clipper channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's Rockalopi, Cooler Punkalopi, and another one, I think their name starts with like Penultimate something. But they're a more general VTuber clipper. They've just had a lot of my clips up recently. So it's pretty weird. I have friends who keep Googling my name and sending me screenshots of what they find.
I'm sure they'll find some weird stuff. And before I get to my last question, I do have one bonus question to ask you. Is it true that your real name is Jim and that you are a 37-year-old man?
No, it is not true. My name is not Jim. My 37th birthday was not on the 5th of October. I'm 20 and I'm a girl and my name has not been revealed. So I'm Lopi.
I don't know. Some people seem pretty sure that you're a 37-year-old named Jim.
Yeah, they've started a cult dedicated to it. It's full on just a cult at this point. They ask me every live stream for Jim's holy wisdom. And in order to give them that holy wisdom, I have to make my model go bald and float and then say something. Normally it's just random, but I don't know.
It's not random. It's holy wisdom.
It's holy wisdom. Yes.
Very well thought through.
Yes.
So then my final question, Jim, would be, do you have any advice that you would want to say to someone who's watching who's kind of like yourself, interested in getting into streaming, content creation, but doesn't really know where to start?
If it's about starting, I'd say do a lot of your research because there's 1.5 million tutorials out there, whether you want to be a VTuber, a YouTuber. When I was first getting started, I watched a lot of Ludwig, like a lot of Ludwig. And then I started researching VTubers. I watched a lot of VTubing tutorials. But after that, I think my number one thing to say would be don't expect to go from 5,000 to 100,000 in 5 days. I've been doing this for 2.5 years now before all of this happened. And I saw growth. It was really good growth. I got a lot of followers on TikTok. And I got to 7,000 followers on Twitch. But that's how it's normally going to be. It's going to take a lot of work. Yeah. And it's going to feel like very little results. And you're going to want to quit. So if you don't have the resolve to keep going through that, then maybe content creation isn't the thing for you.
Yeah, it's always important to recognize that these are kind of statistical outliers when things like this happen. People definitely do, skyrocket, and it happens, but even to your level is more statistically outlying than a normal skyrocketing. Usually it'll be someone from 100 to a couple thousand, but you've gone up, almost 100-fold. More like 75% or something, 175%.
175. What?
I was gonna say it's almost 100 times because you're I don't know, 80,000 away from 300,000. I guess it's more 75 times. Whatever the math adds up to, I don't know. 200 divided by 3.
A lot of math.
There we go. Yeah. 66.6 times. It is a lot more significant than even the average bump that you get.
And normally those bumps are happening to people who are already at 10,000, 30,000, 50,000 subscribers, and they're going up to 200,000, 300,000. It's not common for 5,000 to whatever number I'm at right now. It's not, content creation is not rewarding if you're expecting a reward like a massive explosion instantly. If that's your expectation walking into it, no. Just no.
Definitely not. Yeah, I made one Minecraft video and I'm not famous. Guess it's time to quit.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Just rename your channel to Dream and then maybe you'll get it next time. You'll be fine.
But yeah, I think that's about all I really wanted to ask. Thank you so much for talking to me today. And anything you want to shout out other than obviously youtube.com/punkalopi?
Follow me on Twitter, except don't, because there's currently a challenge to get me to 100,000 on Twitter, or I eat a computer graphics card.
That's true. I forgot about that. Everyone should absolutely always follow her on Twitter because it's only 70,000 more. And if we can get the same numbers, she'll eat the computer. She said so. She has to do it.
I said so in May of this year, and I regret it every day.
As Mariah Carey looms closer, so does the threat of eating the computer.
Dude, my birthday looms closer as well. I haven't even been able to drink to celebrate this. I'm going to be 21.
You're 38.
No, 21. 21.
Congratulations. Now you can do Drunk Bunny streams.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for talking to me today. Glad that we could, talk a bit about, especially with YouTube, because I didn't really have many people to talk to about that. So it's definitely good to get some insight from the YouTube side of things, because everything else on here is going to end up being a lot of Twitch and Twitch-sided discussion. So it's definitely great to see what it's like on, you know, the other side of the river.
Yeah. I don't know if it counts as a river, but happy to be here.
River, lake, I don't know. It was a war for a while, and then Twitch just kind of gave up and said, it's okay, you can stream where you want. So now it's just like it's weird. It's a weird situation.
Twitch loaded a big gun, had it prepared to just crush YouTube, and then shot themselves in the foot is what happened.
Yeah, there are some theories about why they did that, but it's weird. But hearing how it is from YouTube is definitely nice to hear, because I know streaming's on there is a little bit of like a very new. So YouTube's kind of catching up a little on that. But yeah, thank you so much for talking to me. I do appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see you next whenever I upload another episode of this. This will either be episode 1 or episode 3. We will see how that happens. But either way, there will be at least one more episode afterwards. So you have that to look forward to. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.